Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another edition of LABABY'S Spotlight Show. I mean your ever beautiful guest, LABABY, and today joining in with a discussion is in the person of Miss Joanna Enyona Mariasia. Joanne, say hello to our viewers.
Hello, viewers.
I hope you're doing great.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Thank God. All right, today we are looking at a case of a young lady who is being asked to give sex before job. She's in a fix. What can she do? What can she do, Joanne? A young lady who is a hustler. I mean, she has gone through a tough phase in this life for years, about apparently 10 years. She has tried all she could, but anytime she gets job offers, all the employers want to have sex before they give her the job. What do you think she can do?
All right, so first of all, I would want to say that as humans as we are, the very best thing God has given us is our will.
All right.
And whatever we do is a matter of choice.
Okay.
The only unfortunate thing is that the consequences that come after our choices make or unmake us.
Okay.
And so in this case, nobody is expected to tell her what she wants to do, but then we could only suggest based on experiences and what other people have made us understand.
Okay.
Now, she could want to give out sex and have the job,
Right.
but the cost she would pay may be too much for her. She, you know, when you are desperate for something, especially a job, we all know that it would be a livelihood and it would give her a certain level in life.
Sure.
But then there are things you don't bargain for. You give sex once, you're not going to give it just that once and that's all. You would be shocked to know that that will not be the end. There will be travels, there will be things.
That means that it won't end there, will continue.
Exactly. It wouldn't end there. It's going to continue to the point that you
Why
will
is there a
feel
spirit behind that sex thing?
it's not really a spirit, but whatever you do once psychologically becomes part of you. You're going to get into it and go deep. By the time you realize you've just lost yourself.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, as a young lady, you know, these days we don't really want to enter into apprenticeship because we feel, oh, the dressmaker by the roadside is not up to our standard.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or the hairstylist is not up to our standard. But then it will shock you what you could learn from those people. And that could be your handiwork. I don't know if you have tried that anyway. But then I think in my own perspective, you should try those handy stuff because 10 years, you've been in the house for long.
But I'm sure probably that 10 years that she was in this waiting period, probably she tried some few things and it's still, you know, it's not everybody who is good at maybe business, or maybe the person has tried learning a craft or something, but still maybe it isn't even going well for the person. So the person thinks that, I don't know, but as for me, I'm cut out for maybe a white collar job or something.
Okay, and that comes back to the mindset.
Okay.
You know, it's just like you craving for water.
Okay.
And then somebody gives you malt and you're like, oh, I'm still so thirsty. But then if you know that malt can sustain you at that moment, then you would have no choice than to take it. But then if you make up your mind that, oh, for me, I want to be in an office, I want to wear all the suits and the high heels and be moving on the staircase, and so I can't do any other thing. I'm sorry, it's the hard truth. But even though you think you want to get there, it's a nice place, we all want. But then sometimes if what you crave for is not coming, I'm not saying settle for less, but just try to do something. When the time comes, who knows, you would be where you want to be. But if you just want to listen to people around you, oh, what are they going to say when they see me doing this job? Or what would they say if I sell water? What would they say if I do something, maybe soap or detergent or something? Then, again, it comes back to choices.
Okay, so it comes back to choices. So you would vouch for she trying to learn a craft, a handiwork, apprenticeship or something like that. But okay, so does that mean that because of this issue, there's not going to be a possibility that there's hope for her one day out there to do those white collar jobs?
Well, of course, there's hope. There's so much hope for you. But what I'm saying that in the interim, while
waiting to be called,
exactly, while waiting for supposedly the best, because what the options she has now, I don't think are the best. Because anything that comes at a cost you cannot handle cannot be sustained. For how long would you go intimate with your employer before you get a job? Okay, then after the job, there'll be promotion.
That's true. And that means that you still have to continue with what you started with.
That's it.
So from whatever you're saying now, the lady shouldn't look at her immediate joy.
No.
Okay. But it's unfortunate that these days most of our ladies are falling prey to these situations and circumstances. I mean, the struggle is really real, okay, and it is a real matter at hand. But let's divert from the ladies' angle a little bit. Let's take it to the guys or the employers, those who engage in those things. Do you think that what they're doing is really promoting women coming into power or empowering them? I mean, why can't the men too also try and put an end to whatever they are doing?
Again, you see, you don't decide what people to do.
Okay.
Human behavior is in diverse ways.
All right.
We can sit down and talk about women coming on board and managing offices and manning businesses.
Okay.
But the question is, how many bold women do we even have? That's one.
That's sad.
Two, the people have their establishments already.
Okay.
Now you are coming in. You don't dictate what they should do. Okay, we could sit down and say, oh, it's wrong, but that is the person's interest, and you don't know why the person wants that. Do you get it? And so we can't say entirely that they are wrong or they need maybe a rethink of what they are doing. The only thing that can change them is their conscience, and if their conscience is wrong, then I don't know.
And everything.
Exactly. And so to me, it's not about the men trying to do it differently by just accepting the people. But again, there are people who go there and nobody asks them for this.
Yeah, some will say the reason why maybe nobody is asking them
because they are not beautiful.
Maybe that is what the men say. Or maybe some people are demons in disguise. They are sent into your life for a purpose. I mean, maybe some of the guys will say, okay, since you are very light skinned and everything, you look good and feel good and everything. I mean, they want to have you because of what they are seeing, not because of your qualifications or whatever you are bringing on board. So something like this, I mean, how reasonable is this thing that they are putting on board?
Okay, we can't rule it out, and we all know that for men they are moved by what they see. Nobody can take that away from them.
All right.
And so if you are going for such things, it's about how you handle yourself. That's one. How you even enter. You know, people are flirty even before they even enter.
They already expose themselves and bring themselves on the platter of gold to these people. I think some ladies, however, still tempt them. Maybe not in this ladies' context.
Oh, of course, because she has not told us what really happened. But you know, one thing I always say is that whatever happens between two people in the office, nobody comes to tell us. You don't tell us how you dressed there. You don't tell us how you even greeted the person.
It's coded.
You don't say anything. You just come and say, oh, when I went, the employer wanted this. Have you even thought of how you went there? How you carried yourself about? Did you put it in your head that, oh, for me, I'm beautiful, and I've heard that when you go looking for jobs, the employers ask, so immediately the person even say, oh, hello, how are you then? and all that kind of thing, you know. Yeah. I'm not saying that is in all cases, no, but then let's also watch it. How we go to these places, what the things we suggest. Let's go.
Okay, so John, in 2 seconds, what should she stand on making this decision, this choice as to not doing it or doing it?
Okay, 1, her choice. 2, her values. 3, her principles.
All right, so are we moving with these 3?
Yes, we are. And if I would add anything, then I think she should search herself.
All right.
And then listen to her inner man. Whatever she wants to do, she should go for it.
All right, so drawing the curtains down, Joanne is making us understand that no matter whatever be the case, she shouldn't settle for less. She shouldn't think about her immediate joy and forget about her future joy that she could have. She shouldn't go against her principles, her standards, and her will. At the end of the day, she has a choice either to do or not to do. Let's think right, let's act right, and let's do right. Thank you, viewers, for watching us. God bless you. Don't forget to leave your comments, feedbacks, and suggestions on our portals, and we will address them as easily. See you some other time. Peace, and thank you for watching. Bye.